tough schedule for us, but in the best time of the season in terms of performance. So I guess when this kind of busy schedule comes to you and you are in a good spot as a team, in the best shape so far, you just have to take it, and that's our mentality, our approach heading into tomorrow's game. Knowing that DC United just changed coach. Rooney took charge of the team, and they seem to be extra motivated. Plus, I also guess that playing against first seat in the league, it's going to be a special for them. So, pretty dangerous game for us. But again, at home, we play with 12 men. So, hopefully, we can offer a good performance and um, the 3 points to our fans at the end of the game.
Oh, sure. So obviously,
Welcome.
welcome. Thank you. What? Why are you guys like? Obviously, you're so deep. There's so much talent on this team. With a new coach this year. What is it? Why are you clicking so well? What's the magic?
I would love to give you the magic. I think that what you can see here in training sessions, also in games, it's that we have a strong leadership in the group. It comes from Steve, our coach, and his coaching staff, Ante, Mark, Oka, all the rest of the coaches. They bring that leadership that it's much needed for the group, uh, and also especially for the young group of guys. Um, but also our captain Carlos Vela turned into the season, engaged with the project since day one, and we all follow him. We are a lot, or we were a lot of new faces at the beginning of the preseason, including Steve. But I think that this mix between veteran players and the youngers, it makes the magic that you are asking for. Other than that, it's just hard work. Um, Very healthy group of people working around the team, plus our amazing fans. That's the advantage that we have in this organization, and that we are very grateful for.
When Steve speaks, he doesn't sound satisfied.
And that's a good thing. That's a positive thing that he brings to the group. We have conversations constantly, individually, as a group, with him, with the coaching staff, and there is always room to improve. So it's actually one of the few coaches I had in my career that likes to give his thoughts after the game, which I appreciate personally. He doesn't wait until the next training session to address what he saw during the game. And maybe that's also an advantage that we have, that we can go home and reflect on the game, not just self-reflect, but also having our boss opinion that it's much helpful.
A dumb question. Why doesn't that happen more?
I think it's just culture. Steve comes from being a player a few years ago. He's very fresh. He also had a great career abroad. And I think that he learned the goods and the bads from all his coaches. And I guess it's what he liked as a player, to receive from his coach. And that's what he's doing with us as his players. But I'm not sure. So I don't know why the other ones don't do it. Maybe they like to watch the videotape, or kind of get opinions from all the staff or other friends or family that watch the game. But in this case, he's very clear. He has been very clear since day one of what he wants. And I guess it's easy for him to see if we are doing it or not. And that's why he addressed those improvements at the end of the games and training sessions.
Ilie, at halftime, what's happening at halftime that you guys so successful to come out into the second half and dominant the way you are?
Well, coming from the my last answer, I think that coaching staff, it's very precise. It's how you call it, preciso, huh? In what they want to see in the first half, and if they don't see it, or they can um, see something different, we just try to change it at halftime. Plus, that we are trying to raise our intensity in games and getting into the game. Um, that I believe that the opponents feel tougher to maintain that kind of intensity for the rest of the 90 minutes. So it's kind of both, that we can make adjustments at halftime, but also that just maintaining or even raising a little bit our level in the second half, it makes it much harder and very difficult for the opponents.
And over this winning streak now, does it feel like the team is hitting its stride? The goals are starting to come. 4 against Real Salt Lake, 5 against Charlotte now. Is that sort of just the manifestation of what you guys have been building towards? Was it expected to come? Why are you scoring so many goals?
We are playing better. That's a result of performance. But for us, the most important thing is to get the win at the end of the game. If we have to score or we can score more goals, it's better for everyone, also for personal dynamics. But the most important thing is that we've been consistent, at least in terms of results this season. And in my opinion, and I think that we all agree with that, in terms of performances, we are also being more solid and reliable. So hopefully, again, we have room to improve, and hopefully we can maintain and improve and raise our level for the end of the season, heading into playoff time.
If I could ask just one more. The streak happens to sort of coincide with the opening of the transfer window and bringing in Giorgio and Gareth. Is their influence, and also Seba, and maybe the departures, has that had an influence in terms of you guys now hitting your stride?
We had a very strong squad since day one, but I think that the attitude, the mentality, the level that the new guys brought in to this already awesome squad, it's helping the group to be aware, to keep pushing, to keep fighting for each other. And just in training sessions, I think I mentioned that before, but I feel sometimes training session being tougher than the actual competition on the weekend, right? Because you're playing against, or you have in front players that would be starters in any other team in the league, and that deserve to play even here, right? So training sessions are very hard for us. The coaching staff tries to manage all the loads that we are getting, but still, then when we play the game in the weekend, if we have a game plan very clear, it's all about executing it. And you can say that training session, the work is done. You just have to enjoy in the weekend. Thank you.
During the win streak, have you noticed something different in the opponents where you're winning pretty? I mean, there's never been maybe in the last few games we've been in peril of losing a game. Have you seen that? Charlotte was obviously very defensive and did well in the first half, but do you sense something different in the way they approach LAFC?
They all want to beat us. They come with their best lineups, with their best energy and intensity. And their mentality is to play against us. And I mean, I don't know their mentality, but what I guess is that beating LAFC for them, it's important, and it can mean this turning point for every team that comes to play us, or that we go to play them at their place. So other than that, I think that what I mentioned before, that the speed that we try to play with and the intensity, our game model also helps that when a team comes with everything at the beginning of the game, um, as soon as we hit them a couple or three times, all that mentality and that positive energy turns into chaos and maybe negative thoughts because they cannot handle that kind of play.
I know the All Star game was a while ago, but was that hard for you? Because I noticed you're here in the back of the midfield, and you had Heel and Mukhtar and Funtas, and they're all. you had, it was a lot more responsibility, no?
Yeah.
It's like the one defensive midfielder.
For me, that game, I approached it, talking about approaches, I approached it as I'm going to enjoy these 45 minutes. I'm going to try to um, do things that I don't normally have to take care of. But 10, 15 minutes into the game, I came back to my reality and I've tried to get some balance to the team and hold the result that we already had and try to win that game. So back to my reality as a holding midfielder and trying to keep that balance to get the win before my own personal joy.
Should have gone for a goal.
No.
Just gone on a run.
Yeah, maybe, but that's why we had skill challenge the day
Of course.
before. So game time is game time, always competition.